Okay, Andy L. has a question for you. He says, how does generosity fit into the financial order of operations? Because Brian, maybe you can hold up the sheet. We got 9 steps to the financial order of operations. You can go grab that sheet for free at moneyguy.com/resources. Where's generosity on there?
Oh man, this is one of the great things about having a book coming out is because, and we did it in the course too. If you go to learn.moneyguy.com, we have the financial order of operations course. But Andy is right. If you look on our free deliverable that you can go get for free, moneyguy.com/resources, it doesn't talk about it here.
Nope, it's not one of the 9.
Millionaire Mission, I got to load you up with all kind of stuff and stories and context and mindsets that you need to have to build abundance and also to maximize your journey. And what I liked about when I was writing Millionaire Mission is that right after the intro chapter, I jump into a ground rules chapter and I walk you through some of the key ground rules or preparation things you need to do before you even get to step 1 of the financial order operations. You can even call it like a step 0. And that is, we have a headline that we tell everybody around here is that we find generosity to be extremely rewarding. And that's why we've actually made it a step 0 on our ground rules. And the fact that I don't care, even if you don't have money, you can be very generous with your time. There's always organizations that are looking for you to dial in. And the reason I lean so hard on generosity, and I've learned a lot of this from Bo. Bo was much more, he naturally got this, and he kind of had to shape my hardened heart a little bit because I was more of that mutant mindset that was like, not miser like Ebenezer Scrooge, but just definitely a maximizer to the core, an optimizer. But Bo, through discussions and us, and seeing him walk the walk, I have become more generous financially and other things with organizations I care about. And I will tell you that whole saying that you don't understand it as a kid when you're waiting for your Luke Skywalker or Boba Fett, figurine, and you're like, this is if Santa Claus will just bring this. You hear the adage that it's better to give than to receive. As a kid, you're like, what the heck are they talking about? But I can tell you, as a person who's getting a little bit older, a little more wisdom, a little more seasoned with life, my favorite thing is being generous and seeing the fruits of that. And I think those who are good with a little are great with a lot. And if you can be generous with your heart and have a mindset that you don't really get to hold everything, you don't get to take it with you, and you can hold on loosely, it will also help you be, I think, a better person. Because nobody wants to see the rich fat cat that doesn't have the perspective of knowing where they came from or what's good or just loses touch with, the reality of the world we live in. And it's nice if you can be generous to keep you humble.
What I love is everything we talk about here in the show is this financial journey, right? We talk about these 5 levels of wealth. And we have financial freedom, but that's not the end. The end is actually abundance. That's the goal. Well, here we subscribe to the idea that you should begin with the end in mind. And that's a Stephen Covey idea. Begin with the end in mind. Think about what you want to accomplish and begin doing things today to move in that place. So I and I think this makes a lot of sense. When you're on your financial journey, we often get so caught up in the financial freedom. I want to do what I want, when I want, how I want. But if you really think about the abundance, I want to know what I value, who I am, what brings me purpose. What I love is at the very beginning of your journey, before you save your first dollar, before you even before you do any of that stuff, you can even begin to ruminate on those things. And what I have found personally for me is that exercising generosity has been something that has uncovered for me, hey, what do I value? What brings me purpose? What makes me think that I'm doing the thing that I'm supposed to be doing? So that all along the journey, as the dollars start to build, and as I move closer and closer to that financial freedom stage, I've kind of gotten it back on my mind. I know what abundance I'm working towards is, and I can do that even when I'm in the very first stage. Even when I'm in stability, I can still be generous. I can still be diving into those things. It may not be giving away a lot of money. It may not be supporting people financially, but there are ways that I can help people around me, above me, and below me to do life better, whether that be with money, whether it be with my vocation, whether it be with a special skill set that I have. And what's beautiful is no matter where life takes you, you will always have those opportunities. Whether you are in your first year of college and you're just stumbling onto this idea, or if you're an executive at a Fortune 100 company that has thousands of people reporting to you, you can do this. It is unbelievable how generosity, it permeates all social classes. It permeates all different races, ethnicities, backgrounds, all of that. I think if you can figure that out, it will make the journey that you're on to financial freedom and ultimately to financial abundance that much more enjoyable. And you'll recognize, it'll in addition to having generosity, it will begin to reinforce gratitude. You will start to recognize, man, I'm so thankful that so-and-so gave me the opportunity, gave me that job, created that opportunity, gave me that ride that time. Let me borrow that money. Let me have that meal. Whatever that thing was, you will begin to recognize, the more generous you are, you will begin to recognize all the people in your life that have been generous to you, and you'll be overfilled, just absolutely filled up with gratitude, and you'll recognize, man, I can recreate and do that for someone else, and it's just an amazing thing.
Here's a big takeaway. Do you want to be Gollum? My precious. Or do you want to be a hobbit with purpose?